So I hear your question. You're struggling with your stepson being loyal to you and also loyal to his biological mother, and you're wondering what you can do. See, let me not lie to you. This blended family situation, it's not it's not beans, my sister. And that's what we say here in Nigeria, right? It's not a joke. And if anybody just, tells you flippantly, they're lying to you. It's not a joke. It's so many things interwoven and so many emotions that can really, really get at you, especially if you're also dealing with some trauma and dealing with pain. And that's why I spent so much time talking about invested time. It's even more than spent. I've invested a lot of time, and I still will, talking about how trauma can affect us in our lives. As a stepmother in that kind of situation, because I don't know the full story, I'm just going to give different scenarios. Because if for example, you've come from abandonment, maybe your father rejected you or your mother rejected you as a child, or your friends rejected you, or you've gone through some kind of rejection in the past, this will really hurt because it will almost seem like you're being rejected again, right? And because there's a biological mother in the picture, and you feel like, you two have a say in this child's life, as much as you could have some say, the biological mother is the primary parent. And it's painful to hear, but we've got to tell ourselves the truth. She's the primary parent. What does that then make you? Makes you the secondary parent. And so a lot of children are caught in between. It would be nice that we can tell our children, you've got a bonus mother now. You've got another mother who can look after you. So if I'm not there, your other mother can. But some of us haven't gotten to that stage yet where we feel comfortable and secure enough to make the other person a part of what's happening. We haven't gotten there yet, and that's the truth. Well, some people haven't gotten, a lot of people haven't gotten there yet. Because a lot of stepmothers are trying to prove a point. I'm here now. I'm the one here now. You can't come here and tell me what to do. And the mother also is saying, she's my child. The child is mine. I'm the one that can decide what the child. And there's really no need for the aggro. In this kind of situation, both biological mother and stepmother, are meant to understand that this child is actually the most important in this picture. Neither stepmother nor biological child. It's the sanity of this child really, and the developmental stages for this child that is very important. And both of them, if they're both healed people, they will understand that so clearly that they will want to work together to give this child a sound foundation and a sound upbringing. But we haven't gotten there yet. So there might be fights. There might be, when two dogs come into one place, or a dog comes into another dog's place, that other dog comes to wee on the dog's wee to show that I'm here. Then the dog that owns the house will go and wee on top of it to prove that no, this is my territory. You can't. That's what we're doing to each other. Forgetting that there's a human being in between. And when two elephants are fighting, the ground suffers. In this case, the child suffers. So what can we do differently? First of all, stepmother, step back and realize that you are only the secondary parent. You're the secondary parent. The mother has a higher say, especially if you guys are not aligned. If you're aligned, fantastic. You can come together, agree, this is what we'll do when she's with you, or he's with you, or they're with you when they're with me. So we create a schedule that actually comes together to help that child. Now, in the absence of that, you've then got to say, okay, whenever this child is with me, I will be as loving as possible. If the child wants something, I'll be there. But I'm not going to be a helicopter stepmother. I won't hover over the child. I would allow the child be. So if the child needs me, I will make sure that the child knows that anytime he or she needs me or they need me, I'll be there for them and I'll step back. If I were you, right? I'll step back and just stay. So when the child does come to you to say, whatever they call you, either by your name or auntie or mommy, whatever they call you, I need your support in something, you show up. When you go, if you ask them if they need help and they say no, then step back, allow them. Whether they're your stepchildren or your children, you've got to allow your children breathe also, right? Same thing with your children. If they don't ask for help, allow them, because every child has come into this world to create their own life, and they will create their path devoid of you in it. They will live their lives, and we must stop feeling like without me, my children will be nothing. It's a lie. Your children will be whatever they came into this world to be, with or without you. I can tell you that for free. So when you feel like, no, I own them, you don't. You're a steward. You're a steward to, first of all, realize or investigate enough to know what blessings and gifts they came into this world with, to help them harness it. But that they would only live the way you want them to live is a lie. It's not going to happen. There are days where you will turn left and they will do exactly the opposite of what you've asked them to do, whether they're your children or your stepchildren. And so stepmothers, you need to understand that there's also age appropriateness. I didn't know this thing as well. I used to think that everything my stepchildren did to me, they did it at me. They just wanted to be mean to me, or I felt like people outside were telling them what to do and then they will come and do stuff. I didn't understand that children will be children regardless. Children will lie. Every human being will lie. Children will want to wriggle out of whatever situation they find. So my stepson then will tell his father something and tell me something different, and then me and his father will fight. Rather than asking, until I started to call him to say, but why did you tell your father a lie? And then you see him say, because I knew you and daddy will quarrel. But guess what? My own daughter did the same thing too. My daughter one day came and asked her dad for something. He said no. She came to me and I said, but I thought your dad said no. She said, yeah, but you can say yes without him knowing. Are you not the wife? Are you not the mother of the house? That was my own child who said that to me. So imagine if I said no because my stepchildren are mean. What of my own child? So there's age appropriateness. Children will be naughty regardless. That's their job. Children will try their luck. They'll be entitled. They will do things because they want to do it regardless of whether you like it or not. Any child will do it regardless of whether you birth them or not. So you must also understand that. And if you're dealing with any rejection at all, if you feel rejected, then you've got a trauma you need to deal with. If you feel any kind of way that this child is not relating to you the way you want and you feel sad about it, you've got to look at it because there's something there. If it hurts you so much, then you've got a trauma that you've got to deal with. You've got to understand that once again, your stepchild is you are the secondary parent. Your husband and his biological mother have more of a say than you do, and you must accept it, especially if the child lives with the mother. And even if the child lives with you, they still have a bigger say over you. And not to say that you cannot air your opinions. Of course you must. You must air your opinions, but your opinions might not be taken, and you must be okay with that. That's a big thing, actually. The thing I said with a huge smile on my face is a huge thing, because we feel so entitled. We want people, just because we advise them, they must take our advice. Whatever you say is a suggestion or advice at the best, and the other person has a right to say no, and you must be okay with it. Okay? So air your opinions, air your views like I do easily. My husband says it, I say, this is what I think, but I know that, you have the final say. And I leave it at that. Do what makes you feel more comfortable. Now, it's not the same when it comes to do with my own child. We'll both have a conversation around it, and then we have more joint opinion when it has to do with my child. But when it's my stepchildren, most times the opinion is 80% his, and I leave it to it, knowing that he's the primary parent, right? And there's no fights, no problem. But I will always air my opinion. I always air my opinion, regardless of whether it's taken or not. If he says this is what he's thinking about doing, I'll say this is what I think, but this is what I think, and this is what I think. It's not going to change. And if I have other things to say, I will say it. But once again, I also know that at the end of the day, he has a choice, and he's the primary parent. So do that for yourself. It will help you. Okay? I hope this different things that I've said has helped you. As a stepmother, step back. It's not about you, it's about that child. Give unconditional love to that child. Let them know that they're safe with you, and anytime they need you, you'll be available for them. And then step back. Hi there, my name is Adeola Kingsley James. I hope you really got a lot from my videos. Don't stop at just listening. Be a doer. If I asked you to do something, do it please. But don't also stop at that. Share me with other people. Click the notification bell below and do what? Yes, subscribe. And then remind yourself every time my new videos come out so that you can watch them and you can learn from them. I really, really, really honor you. Have a wonderful day. Love and light.